Hare Krishna. India Heritage Foundation London extends a very warm welcome to all of you for today's session on the Bhagavad Gita. Let's begin with prayers. Let's invoke the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by offering these prayers. Please join me. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe. Jai Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe. Jai Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Vrindavan Dham. Jai Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram. Jai Vrindavan Dham. Jai Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai. Jai Gaura Nitai. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Jaya Gurudev, Prabhupada, Gurudev, Prabhupada. Ram Sankirtan Mahayagna ki jai. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome again to today's session on the Bhagavad Gita. Let me share the screen as we get started. Yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, verse number 26. Atachainam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabhaho nainam shochitam arhasi. Atachainam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabhaho nainam shochitam arhasi. Atachainam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabhaho nainam shochitam arhasi. Would anybody like to try?
Shall I try? Hare Krishna
Yes,
Prabhuji?
yes, yes, please, please.
Atha chainam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabaho nainam shochirtumarhasi.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to try?
I can try.
Was that Dilip?
Yes, Prabhu. I'm not able to see the sloka now. Somebody else maybe.
Yeah. All right, no issues.
Yeah. Okay. Atachainam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabaho nainam shochitum arhasi.
Thank you. Synonyms. Atha, if, however. Cha, also. Enam, the soul. Nitya Jatam, always born. Nityam, forever. Va, either. Manyase, so think. Mritam, dead. Tathapi, still. Tvam, you. Mahabhaho, O mighty armed one. Na, never. Enam, about the soul. Shochitum, to lament. Arhasi, deserve. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Translation. If, however, you think that the soul is perpetually born and always dies, still you have no reason to lament, O mighty armed. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. There is always a class of philosophers, almost akin to the Buddhists, who do not believe in the separate existence of the soul beyond the body. When Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, it appears that such philosophers existed and they were known as Loka Yatikas and Vaibhashikas. These philosophers maintained that life symptoms or soul takes place at a certain mature condition of material combination. The modern material scientists and materialist philosophers also think similarly. According to them, the body is a combination of physical elements, and at a certain stage, the life symptoms develop by interaction of the physical and chemical elements. The science of anthropology is based on this philosophy. Currently, many pseudo-religions, now becoming fashionable in America, are also adhering to this philosophy as well as to the nihilistic, non-devotional Buddhist sects. Even if Arjuna did not believe in the existence of the soul, as in the Vaibhashika philosophy, there would still have been no cause for lamentation. No one laments the loss of a certain bulk of chemicals and stops discharging his prescribed duty. On the other hand, in modern science and scientific warfare, so many tons of chemicals are wasted for achieving victory over the enemy. According to Vaibhashika philosophy, the so-called soul or Atma vanishes along with the deterioration of the body. So in any case, whether Arjuna accepted the Vedic conclusion that there is an atomic soul or whether he did not believe in the existence of the soul, he had no reason to lament. According to this theory, since there are so many living entities generating out of matter every moment, and so many of them are being vanquished every moment, there is no need to grieve for such an audience. However, since he was not risking rebirth of the soul, Arjuna had no reason to be afraid of being affected with sinful reactions due to his killing his grandfather and teacher. But at the same time, Krishna sarcastically addressed Arjuna as Mahabahu, mighty arm, because he, at least, did not accept the theory of the Vaibhashikas, which leaves aside the Vedic wisdom. As a Kshatriya, Arjuna belonged to the Vedic culture and it behooved him to continue to follow its principles. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta Purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We have, I'm sure some of you would have played this game called telephone, or also known as uh, Chinese whisper. Is anybody familiar with this game here?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Yes, Mataji has played. I think nobody else has played here. Okay, so for those of you who do not know what this game is, let me show some glimpses of this game, which has a very important message, very relevant to our verse today. So let's watch. So here was, there were a group of employees who were having a team building exercise, and they were playing this game, Chinese whispers. So one message is being communicated, and then it is being passed down from one person to another person. And let's see how this message is being passed down. So that's the message. She's passed on to him.
पाटील मागं बघा.
अरे मागं अजून व्हायचं.
Yes, so we saw some of them playing this game. So we can see the lady in the beginning had a message, and then the next person had to copy that message and pass it on to the next person, so that the final person will get the original message. And we also saw in just about 2-3 links, the original message, it has got diluted. It went to something else. The lady, when she started, she showed something. And down the line, when the other team members are sharing, it has become something else. So this is actually a common experience we all have when we have to pass on a message from one person to another person. There is a great chance for the original message to become something else, distorted. And it is important that we are trying to study the message of Lord Krishna, which was spoken as recent as 5,000 years ago. And that message, over 5,000 years, if we have to have access to that message without any distortion, now that is something, not an ordinary, that's not an ordinary accomplishment for somebody to transmit that message as it is. We are seeing in this game, in 50 seconds, the message is already diluted. It's gone somewhere. And here we are talking of a time scale of as minimum as 5,000 years. And expecting that the message will remain intact without dilution is not an ordinary achievement. And this is especially the glory of the Acharya, the spiritual master. This is the glory of the Parampara. Whatever was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna, whatever was Krishna's intentions, the spirit in which he was communicating the message, as it is, the Acharya makes it available to the world. As it is, without any deviation. It's so important, because if the message becomes corrupted, then the whole purpose becomes lost. Whole purpose becomes lost. Like the mission of Acharya is like a postman. A postman receives the post, and then reaches it to the recipient without opening, adding, deleting, modifying. No. He collects it and hands over. So likewise, the spiritual master receives the message from the Supreme Lord and passes it on as it is. And this is what all the acharyas in the Parampara have done. And that is how today the message is available. And which is why uh, when uh, we read the Bhagavad Gita as given by uh, Swami Prabhupada, we have the unique access to the message exactly as it was communicated to Arjuna. So it's our great fortune that we have the same access. Now it's important to see the verse is talking about many meaningful insights. It's got very many profound meanings. But this one thing is something that we all came across, where you can see here, Prabhupada is saying, but at the same time, Krishna sarcastically addressed Arjuna as Mahabahu, mighty arm, because he at least did not accept the theory of Vaibhashikas, which leaves aside the Vedic wisdom. So it's very important to appreciate that here the Acharya is commenting on the mood of Krishna when he spoke. What Krishna was thinking when he used those words. Now this is something only somebody who is a very, very confidential associate, somebody who is very, very intimately related to Krishna, he can reveal what was the mood. See, he's saying Krishna sarcastically addressed. There was a sarcasm in his address when he said Mahabahu. So it is something like I was seeing with the ongoing Ukraine war. There are many political gurus, political pundits who are trying to give their opinion on what is in Putin's head? What does he want? Why is he taking this move? Why is he now calling the troops back? And they are trying to analyze and give, because they want to predict what is going on in his mind. They want to have an access and they want to predict so that the rest of the world can be prepared and respond accordingly. So whoever is able to analyze and assess what is going on in the enemy's mind, they will be having better chances to respond. And we also came across how the French government, they fired the intelligence head of the French defense establishment because he was not able to predict the war in advance like the Americans did. So they were unhappy that he has not got the message. He was not able to penetrate and get information of what the enemy's next move is. So you see, to understand a leader, a world leader, his motivation, his thoughts, and to have access to that is something extremely valuable for a nation, especially if it is an enemy nation, for them to have this information. So for somebody, so what I'm trying to share is the great value and the great qualification of an acharya, that he is having access to the intentions of Krishna, Krishna's motivation, and knowing fully about what is the original spirit behind Krishna's words, he is able to present the message as it is. So this is something very, very extraordinary, very extraordinary. There are many people who pose themselves to be spiritual leaders, and they give lectures and they write commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita. They pose themselves as teachers of Vedic wisdom. But unfortunately, they are they have no access to the original message. They do not come in any parampara. And hence, instead of playing the role of bona fide teachers, they're simply cheating people by sharing their speculations. This is very important to note. There was one a great politician, a statesman who was very well versed with Sanskrit in India. And his commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita were very famous. And he had written in his commentary on this verse, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha isyami ma sucha. So Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. Krishna is saying that you give up all your conceptions of religion and simply surrender unto me. Who is saying? Krishna is saying. What is Krishna saying? Surrender to whom? Surrender to me. And this commentator, he's saying, one need not surrender to Krishna, the person, but one should surrender. He's trying to explain what is the intention of Krishna's statement. It is his commentary. And he's speculating, and he's saying, one should surrender unto the unborn within Krishna. So which means Krishna and the unborn within him are two different entities, according to him, which is rubbish. It is completely false. There is, for conditioned souls, there is a difference between the body and the soul. But for Krishna, the Supreme Lord, who is the absolute truth, there is no difference between his body and soul. There is nothing called unborn within Krishna. And this person has done a great disservice by distancing people from Krishna and telling them to surrender to something which is unborn within Krishna. So this is the result of somebody who's not qualified but poses himself as a teacher, and he ends up being a cheater because he does not help people appreciate Bhagavad Gita in its original spirit. Therefore, he is doing disservice. Another statesman, he made this statement that the essence of Bhagavad Gita is non-violence and truth. He said the essence of Bhagavad Gita is non-violence and truth, which is again false. This is not the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Essence of Bhagavad Gita is that one should surrender unto Krishna. One should become a pure devotee of Krishna. This is the crux of the entire Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam. This verse is the crux of the entire Bhagavad Gita. Instead of qualifying this verse as the essence, this person is trying to propagate his own values, his own understanding, because he was championing certain values. So it is when you say to the people that you should follow this because I'm saying, that may not have so much of buying from the people. But if you say, Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita says that this is the most important value that you should follow, then people will put their faith, because people are People respect, naturally, people respect all over the world. People have respect for Krishna's message, Bhagavad Gita. So you are, instead of presenting the message as it is, you're utilizing the message of Krishna to propagate your own message. Therefore, you are not presenting Bhagavad Gita. Your own intention is to present your philosophy using Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, you're cheating, because you're saying Bhagavad Gita's essence is this, but you're not presenting the original essence. You're cheating people. Like this, unfortunately, there are so many motivated interpretations of Bhagavad Gita, which has killed the message. And which is why, although the message of Gita has been available to the English-speaking world, it has been available in the West for more than 300 years. There were hardly anybody becoming a devotee of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita message is made available. People are reading, but they're not becoming devotee of Krishna. Then what is the use of your reading Bhagavad Gita? The whole purpose of this message is to surrender to Krishna. But nobody is becoming a devotee of Krishna. Krishna is saying, Man mana bhavamad bhaktaha, become my devotee. You're reading Bhagavad Gita, you don't become devotee of Krishna, then what is the use of your reading? Useless reading. Therefore, there was no impact of all these bogus commentaries. But when Prabhupada presented, it is to be noted in the light of history. These are historical incidents which has happened on this planet. When Prabhupada presented Bhagavad Gita as it is, hundreds and thousands of people, they came forward and dedicated their life as devotees of Krishna. How did this come about? How did he create this revolution? Because he comes in a parampara and he presented the message as it is. Exactly the same realization which Arjuna had after hearing Bhagavad Gita. When people came in touch with Swami Prabhupada and heard his message, they had the same experience. Not in any way different. This is called Parampara. So this is this is something very it's a great fortune upon the entire mankind that such an opportunity has come upon them. That today we have access to the original spirit, the original message of Lord Krishna without any dilutions through Swami Prabhupada's teachings. And this is a great blessing. This is a great blessing on all of us. And in this light, if we were to approach the message, then we can fully appreciate the position of the Acharya, the contribution of an Acharya, and in that way, take full benefit of the message which he has very kindly shared. So on that note, we will stop. Let us chant one round of the Hare Krishna mantra. And if there are any questions, any comments, most welcome. We can discuss after we do our japa.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
So that was 108 times the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. If anybody has any questions, any comments, please feel free.
Prabhuji, I've got not question, but my thought.
Yeah, please.
It's just that I think Lord Krishna, he must have thought that, we all have got the body figure, same eyes and nose and everything at same place, but the intellect is different. And because of that, even Antaratma or Atma is the same. Because of that, we think differently. And I feel that if everybody could hear their soul and behave very good and no fighting, nothing, then I think the Prithvi, the world will be overburdened. And then the good and bad can't be differentiated. So I think that must be the reason. That's why the God has given everybody a different intellect. That's just my
True. It is said there are three kinds of intelligent people. There are three kinds. The first class intelligent people are those who take guidance from the right source and they immediately they follow those instructions and make their life perfect. They make their life perfect by going by the guidance of people who are expert. You take their guidance and make your life perfect. And then second class intelligence means second class intelligent people are they don't have much faith in the guidance of the experts who can tell us everything about life. They want to experience it themselves. When they experience it themselves, then they appreciate the wisdom of the experts and they live their life. Third class intelligent people are, they have heard good guidance. They don't give any importance. They have experience in their lives. Still they cannot follow. And they ignore all the wisdom that comes their way, their own life experience. They don't learn from it and continue to live their own way. This is third class intelligence. So the Acharya has given an example of a thief. A thief, naturally, everybody knows how the society works. If you commit a theft, then there will be, we have heard from our elders, we have heard from all well-wishers, that if you steal, if you commit any theft, then there will be consequence. You will have to suffer. Better be honest and don't commit any theft, don't steal. So if I have faith in the instruction of such wise, such wisdom, then I will take this instruction and I will be honest all my life. Then you are saved from so much botheration. There are second class. The second class person is, he is a thief. He has heard, he knows the law, the government law, that if you commit theft, you will be imprisoned, you will be punished. Still, he thinks that maybe that may apply for some people who are very naive and simple, but I will not get caught. I will escape. So he continues to commit theft, and one day he gets caught, and he's beaten black and blue. Then he realizes, oh, they are told, oh, I didn't follow. Okay, from now onwards, I will follow. This is second class intelligence. Third class intelligence is you've heard good instructions, you didn't follow. In your life, you have got caught so many times, you've been beaten black and blue. Still, you have not learned, no buddhi. You continue to commit theft. This is third class intelligence. So, if we can hear our acharyas who have very kindly revealed what is the purpose of human life, what are the do's, what are the don'ts, what is real happiness, what is bother, what is bondage, what is sinful life. They have given everything. Somebody is intelligent. He will not wait that I have to personally experience, then only I will follow. No, no. They have told, I have faith, I will simply follow. Whatever they say is truth, I will follow. Or his life is successful. But somebody thinks, no, no, no. Maybe they're saying something, but I won't experience it in my life. Then you wait. Maybe by your experience, it may take 10 lifetimes or maybe 100 lifetimes, but you may get some experience. And then there are some chances you may change. Third class person, even after getting all the advice, even after having experience, still he will not mend his ways. So we also have to, we can be in any of these categories. So it is always, it should be our endeavor that we come to the first category, that we become familiar with the teachings of the acharyas. We are very fortunate because there are also so many people posing themselves to be teachers and well-wishers when they have no qualification and misleading everybody. And so having found the right master and becoming familiar with his teachings and living a life in line with those teachings and making one's life perfect, this is first class intelligence. If we can remain first class intelligent, that will be very good for our future in terms of our destination, our life after this body, this death. All of this will be very glorious. Future will be very glorious for such a person. So the choice is in our hands. We have to exercise that choice. Everybody has got that choice. Krishna, after instructing Arjuna, also never forced him. He said, "Yatha ichhasi tata kuru." Now I have told you what I have to tell you. Now you decide. So this is very important. Lord respects everybody's free will. He will give good advice. He will give guidance. And then it's up to you. You want to follow, you follow. Don't want to follow, don't follow. If you follow, then this is what you can experience. If you don't follow, this is what you'll experience. You choose. So yes, so that is an understanding on intelligence and three kinds of intelligent people. Thank you for sharing. Yes. All right. Next week we have a very auspicious occasion of Lord Ramachandra's appearance day, Ram Navami celebrations, and it's falling on Sunday. It's falling on 10th of March. So we look forward to see all of you, and it's a nice opportunity for us to reminisce the life and teachings of Lord Ramachandra. Thank you. Hare Krishna.